Hi, I'm Chase Chapman, Private Wealth Advisor with the Entertainment and Sports Division of Regions Bank. Today I have Jordan Rowe with me, singer-songwriter with River House Artists and Tape Room Music. Jordan, thanks for being with us today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
So obviously I've listened to the album front to back a dozen times over. I love it. Obviously you've got some great country music influences on there, like Eddie Montgomery, Red Akins, Tracy Lawrence. Tell me what it was like working with those guys.
Appreciate that, man. That was incredible. It was surreal. I grew up listening to all three of those guys. So Eddie, if you don't know, he's with Montgomery Gentry, who I grew up just loving. All three of those guys. That Ain't My Truck by Red Akins is one of my favorite songs ever. Paint Me a Birmingham, Something to Be Proud of. So growing up, I can remember being in my dad's truck, going down the road singing those at the top of my lungs. And when I had the opportunity to work with those guys instead of just listen to them, I was, so excited. And they were, they say don't meet your heroes because you never know how they're going to be. And that was absolutely not the case. With those guys, they were all so awesome to work with, so nice, and they just did it because they really loved the music and they love, kind of bringing it back to that '90s sound and that early 2000s sound, and they were awesome.
So, of course, we talk about the 90s influences. These guys were huge 90s songwriters, artists. So your style is unlike that of so many others these days, and you really have that 90s feel to it. So tell me about, obviously, your influences. How did you decide you wanted to produce or create 90s style music?
I think, I always tell my producers and my managers this, if you're doing what everybody else is doing, you're never going to stand out. Music goes in cycles, just like, the stock market or any kind of other business. And you see everybody fall in love with the 90s countries, and then you see, the progression of the pop sounds into it. And it was cool there for a while, but now you see a demand for it to go back the other way. I think, something else that helped us in the pandemic was regions. One thing is the PPP loan. If I hadn't, you actually called me about that. I never would have known about that had you not called me and said, hey, you can use this and you need to apply for this. I would have never known it. And what we did with that money was help us record. It helped us get touring equipment we needed, so that was super helpful. And you'll come to our shows. You come to our shows, whether it's a writer's round or a small acoustic event, to support us. So that's always awesome. I think that's the big thing with Regions, is just having someone that you can count on.
Sure. Well, and it's in our best interest to make sure that you're out there creating music, becoming the star that you're going to be.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all.
What does success look like for you in the coming years?
I think one thing, I'm a very goal-oriented person. I always have been. I have to have a dragon slay every day when I wake up and, have something tangible to work towards. For me right now, that's a record deal. That's what I'm really trying to go after right now. And success with that, I would love to have a song on the radio, a single to radio, and take it to the top and have a number one. Have a major cut on a major artist. That's another goal of mine. But also just one goal of mine is just to enjoy the now. I get so caught up in trying to chase those things and chase what's next that a lot of times I forget to appreciate, where God's got me already on this journey, and kind of look around and appreciate that. So one goal is to be more thankful for where I'm at now and just enjoy the whole process as we're getting to those goals in the coming years.
Well, I know your music, and I know it won't be long until that number one hits. So
hey, we'll be
here for you when it does.
Hey, there we go.